How are you guys doing today? I usually wait now like 5 seconds because when I start talking, as soon as I put live, a few of my sentences get chopped off. So, oh my day got chopped off. Um, if any of you guys know that Key and Peele segment, Undercover Boss, is one of the most funniest 4 minutes in the history of the internet. Definitely check it out. I'll put it in the chat. Key and Peele, um, Undercover Boss. Um, Yeah, definitely, definitely one of the funniest formats in the entire world. But my got chopped off. It's hilarious. Ike Chris says, "What's up, cutie? What's up, cutie?" To you too. No, nothing much with me, man. I just want to check in. It's been a very busy week. Holy macaroni! I had a week off from work last week, and then we ended up going to Vegas. Um, and as soon as we came back, man, it's just like everything just piled up from work, from getting Jackie back. It's been a good thing though. It's nothing negative. It's just been you know nonstop. That's for sure. So I wanted to jump in for a little bit for you guys, just to say what's up. Give you guys a rundown. I was planning to do it yesterday, but I got sidetracked with different things, and so I couldn't. And then, um, yeah, man, it's definitely been a busy week already. But it's already gonna be Thursday tomorrow. I don't know if time goes fast for you guys, but it's definitely going faster and faster as I get older, which is kind of weird. Jonar, Kata Tokan, what's up, bro? What's up, man? I appreciate you taking the time to say hi and logging in and talk some shenanigans. Rosa, llegó su camote, o sea, tú eres una funda, tú no eres el camote, a ti te ponen el camote. What's up, Samuel? What's up, Frankie? What's cracking, man? Hey, what's up, loco? What's up, man? I appreciate you. You look good, man. You look good on your the way you dress to go to work. Fancy. How's the Kia, man? Uh, I know that we need to get a Kia on the channel, so maybe we'll have you soon, and you can show us what the Korean that KDM is all about. But let me share my screen. I really want to emphasize that Old School Honda is coming back to San Diego. So I know you guys were all asking when it's going to be. He posted it as of now. He posted it April 25th. That's a Sunday. Will I be there? Yes, I am planning on being there. I am planning on going there a day before. I don't know how I want to approach it. Um, I kind of want to interview somebody in San Diego, man. So I might make it out there really early and then interview somebody and then just hang out and go to Gaslamp. That's kind of my thing. I love hanging out at Gaslamp. That's like one of maybe my second favorite downtown that I've been to. Um, or third, I should say, because it's a toss up between Seattle, San Francisco, and San Diego. But I absolutely love that downtown. It's very clean, very nice places to go and eat, and I like beer, so we'll have a little bit of beer there. But just kind of want to make it aware. Old School Honda, April 25th, come through. Um, should be a good time. A lot of Hondas, obviously, and San Diego weather is always good weather, so I don't foresee anything going that would change that date or that we couldn't hold it. But if it does, then we'll definitely make the appropriate communication to you guys to either show up or don't show up. Wish you were at the F versus DA meet in Irvine. Yeah, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. It was funny because so I was in Vegas for Friday and Saturday night, and then Sunday morning I really, really wanted to dip home really early. Right? I'm just the type of person, man. I like, all right, let's hit the road. I don't want to be stuck in traffic. And Sunday morning, um, we dipped like around 6:05. We were on the freeway, so about 6 in the morning, and then it took me about like 3.5 hours to get home or four. I ended up getting home around 9:20, 9:30. I know the meet started at 9. Part of the reason why I didn't go was, one of the messages was the fact that they really didn't want anybody else from another chassis showing up, and it's not like I would have gone with, you know, to show my car, but I do want to be respectful at the fact that there was a lack of room, and EF and DH, those do show up, especially the EF dudes, and so I don't want to take nobody's spot. Um, and so yeah, I would have loved to have been able to attend. It looked like a great turnout. A lot of good coverages from different channels, and you know, it there's gonna be another one. You know what I mean, type of thing. And that's part of the thing that we discussed here in Cali. Not that I'm taking it for granted because I really wanted to make it out, but like I said, I already announced another one for April 25th. I mean, a few people have been always asking me like, "Hey, like when are you gonna host a meet?" And I've been considering it, but I don't know, man. I think I would want mine to be a bit different, and I think that when you choose to, or you try to get something different, um, you have to get creative, and I'm not as very creative. I get the whole, let's just park and chill. That's cool. I like those, obviously. But if I do, where can we do that? Where can we host a meet with I like the morning meet. So where are we not gonna get hassled by police? I don't want anybody, getting pulled over, and that's just I don't want that. I know that it's not on me, but still, I wouldn't want that. I think I would want to partner up with somebody like a small business where it's a pretty cool spot and you can walk and have a good chat, But we'll see. I'm not 1,000% on that. So, but yeah, man. I hope you enjoyed the EF versus DA meet. It looked like a great time. Amazing cars, man. Bien panzón. Nah, man. I mean, compared to how you've always been, you've always been skinny. So, yeah. I mean, I guess like 80 pounds. How much you weigh? Like 130. It's big for you. It's Joe with the blue Mugen CRX. Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, we just featured your car. Thank you for making the time for us, man. I would have never guesstimate that. It looked like a great time, man, and your car got a good spot too. So it just there's so many cars that you're like, where do you look? It's beautiful to see, and I hope they do more of those. I hope they do more, Civic versus so and so, because it's a friendly competition. It's just to get some different chassis. The EF dudes, man, they roll deep. We have Real Danny V, I believe that's um, the gentleman. I'll show you his Instagram. And man, the dude, he's I believe from Utah, so he drove to Las Vegas. So he was at the let's see, Real Danny, if I can find him. Yeah. So he was at the Vegas Cars and Coffee with me. Let me see. I hope he doesn't mind me showing his page. Yep. Okay. Nothing personal. Okay, good. Aside from his car. Dun, dun, dun. And that's what it does, man. Like so, the real Danny V, gorgeous, gorgeous DA, right here. This dude drove from Utah to Vegas, and then from Vegas he rolled the next morning to Irvine. So he made it to both meets. I mean, this guy drove Utah to Cali in about 2 days. Um, and it was super nice to see the fact that he was at both meets. Like I said, I would have had the opportunity to make it. I just didn't want to show up and take room for somebody. I think this guy definitely needed to make it because he's a TA dude, and he was, driving such a long distance, and that was super cool to see. To be honest with you guys, the fact that he's that dedicated, and then I know that some dudes from the EF community, they came up from North Cali, show their beautiful cars, and made it a whole weekend out of it, and then they went back home, and that's exactly why I wouldn't want to go and take someone's space. But next meet, like I said, Old School Honda. If there's any other meet before, I'll definitely announce it. I'll put it in the community tab, and then we'll go from there, man. Let me see. What's the next update, Frankie? Working on the next upgrade. That's my buddy Frankie, another guy since forever. What's the next upgrade, man? Ricardo Rodriguez, come to New York to do interviews. Yeah, man, I spoke. I've said it, and I'm putting it out there in the universe, man. I will. I will. I am trying to see what I can do to start locally. And by local, I mean Arizona. I was supposed to interview somebody while I was in Vegas, and I'm so glad they're doing so much better. But they were driving from Utah and they got into a pretty nasty accident. And so uh, I didn't hear from. First of all, when I got to Vegas, I had horrible reception. I don't know why. I didn't think it was gonna be that bad. So I got horrible reception throughout. I kept getting in and out. I mean, I was posting on my stories, but I think out of 5 stories that I posted, I really meant to post like 15, and they were just not going through. And even when I was at the hotel, it kept cutting off. So, and I wasn't at the hotel for that long either. So, but I honestly didn't care. I was just like, okay, I'm out here walking and doing my own thing. And the arrangement that I had with this gentleman who reached out to me, he said, "Hey, would you be down to interview?" I said, "Sure, why not?" And he's like, "Well, what day were you thinking?" And I said, "Well, maybe on Saturday after the Carson Coffee." I was like, "Yeah, no problem." So when I went to the Carson Coffee, I was looking for his car. I was like, I'm not getting the best reception. So if I see his car, I'll probably hang out around there and hopefully he introduces himself. So I don't remember seeing his car, and it was weird because I saw a gray hatchback. It was supposed to be an EK hatch, and I remember seeing it, and I was like, "Is it this guy?" I'm like, "No, he had a banner." I'm like, "Oh, he could have taken out the banner." And no disrespect to whoever attended to me, but that car had a little bit of imperfections. I was like, I don't remember being this car, but I kept doing my own thing, and it was actually Rio Danny V, the gentleman with the DA. He DM me. He's like, "Hey, man, I don't know why I'm blinking out his name." He said he couldn't make it. He got into an accident, and so he sends his apologies. And I was like, "What?" So it wasn't until like Sunday when I dip home that I started getting a whole bunch of messages, like backed up messages, um, from him, from other people. And that's when I saw pictures, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, pretty nasty accident. And so I think he ended up getting like 12 stitches in his head, and his wife was at the ICU for about you know, from that Friday all the way to I think this Friday she's hopefully gonna get released. It's my prayers are definitely to him and his family. And yeah, man, I was like, yeah, no, don't worry about the stupid interview, man. Just stay home and stay safe. And that was going to be one of the interviews that I was going to do. And so at this very moment, I have one interview of a 240 that I have to edit. And then I have an interview of an Integra, but it was windy that day, so I have to reschedule with Samuel to be able to redo that one. Just like because he said, let's produce quality, man. I was like, all right, I'm down with that. And then this Friday, I was supposed to meet up with a gentleman with Amir Raj. No, can't remember, but a different type of car. And I think it's important to showcase cars that are definitely the oddballs, the not so popular Hondas. Um, and so I'm still looking for those other specific uh cars that a lot of people don't modify, right? And I want those. And so if you guys know anybody in Southern California that have weird oddball cars, shoot them my way. I'm always down to learn about them. And that was kind of the rundown of Vegas, as to why usually we have 2 or 3 interviews come up in one week. Like I said, we will have the 240 interview come up, and then after that we'll have this Saturday. I am expected to meet with an RSX owner, Manny, and I don't know, man. I'm probably just gonna talk shit on RSXs since all of you know that I don't like them. But no, pretty clean build, man. Super nice guy. So it'd be fun to get to know him a little bit on a one-on-one basis. And then the next day on Sunday, I'll be meeting up with George with the K something swap Civic EK Midori Green. And so that should be fun, right? That we always enjoy a nice K series. But yeah, man. I mean that's been it. And then so we came back, and so Sunday I wasn't able to make it to to the meet. And then my neighbor, he's wrapping his car. Pretty young guy. He's wrapping his car, and I was like, if you want to help you, he's like, yeah, sure. So I just pretty much stood there picking up the, the vinyl back and forth, and he did his thing, and it's coming out pretty nice. So we just kicked it there. Freaking hood took about maybe like a good solid 2 hours, but it came out very clean. For I guess he's like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like, well, I guess for somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, they did it really came out clean, no bubbles, no scratches, nothing. So that was pretty cool from that end. Um, and so it's cool to just learn about what he's doing and how he's building his car and in a big time budget. And it just reminds me of me, like when I used to buy little things here and there. And I was like, yeah, man, like can't wait to buy my next little mod. But yeah, I mean, it's all good. It's all love. Uh, Becky Young, what's up, man? What's crackalacking, man? How you doing? Let me see. Hugo Vega, how much your videos were being watched? The amount of subscribers. Nice to see you live. Yeah, man. It's funny you mentioned that. So I honestly, how can I explain this? I have become somewhat numb to the level of love that I've received from all of you. And what I mean by that is I don't take it for granted, but I was just thinking about that today. One of the videos, the Vegas, me mumbling, walking around a parking lot, pointing the camera at cars, had over 3,000 views. And part of my whole lifestyle, my whole philosophy about things is to always slow down. Like I said, I started the video with time is going really, really fast, and I need to incorporate the things that I want to do in the amount of time that we have. We all have the same time, and so I wonder how some people are getting other things done and I'm not. So that's why I jumped on the live a little bit earlier, usually about 5 p.m., 5:30, even 6 p.m. But right now, I'm trying to catch in with you guys for maybe 20 more minutes, give you guys an update like I did on what's gonna happen, what videos you guys should expect, BS around here and there. But then I'm gonna go and get with maybe cooking or maybe doing things like that. Hey. And the wife just got home, so it's I can just feel my cholesterol level just go up and my blood shut down. Not because of what I eat, it's because of you. So yeah, I mean, and so for I have enough subscribers, man. I really do. I don't. I don't need more. I think at that point it's just a matter of bragging rights. Being able to say, "Oh yeah, I run a channel with 1 million subscribers or 300," because the channel gets way more views than the subscriber count. But at the same time, I mean, for the live sessions, 20, 10 people solid, and I appreciate you, 10 people. Um, and for me, I think it's just that the fact that at one point it would take me 100 views an entire week. On 1 week, 100 views, and I was like, oh my gosh, 100 people. Now it can be 3,000, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. And it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't. There's holy shit. 2,000 people watch this. Like that's a lot of different people, that I'm super grateful for. And for me, it's just about creating the most friendships and relationships. And I experienced that when I went to Vegas. Not that I don't experience that when I go to the car meets here all the time, but just to have, you know, people say what's up, man, at Vegas. Like, oh come on, man, like that's a 4 hour drive. That's a far distance to me. That's a whole different state. And to have a chat with the dudes with the two EFs, the DA and the Lexus, the CB and the Lexus, they were youngsters, man. They were youngsters. They were messing with me. They were like, yeah, man, I thought you were gonna bring your other Accord. I was like, nah, man. And we're just chatting, and they're like, yeah, man, I watch your videos. I really get motivated by them, and things of that nature. And that it's truly the moment when you really, really appreciate what's the passion project that you've been at it for the 2.5 years. Um, Again, I'll be honest with you guys. I would be lying to you if I said I didn't care about the numbers. I would lie to you if I said I didn't get excited by the channel growing or the views on a video. I don't know where it picks up the algorithm and goes. It would be a lie to tell you that I didn't care. What's not a lie is that I purposely and focus. I was about to say focusly. I purposely remind myself all the time that they're just numbers, and as numbers you got to keep them as numbers. It doesn't measure the level of success. It doesn't measure the level of happiness that you are getting out of something like this passion project. And remember that it's a passion project, it's not a business. Although I sell shirts and hats, and so the reason why the whole shirts and hats came about was just to push myself, just like I've been pushing myself to create a channel that now randomly I get to talk to people like you guys. Uh, it didn't start, smooth. It was full of fears. It was full of imperfections. A lot of videos that their audio and everything was, corrupted. But I did it anyways, and I've continued anyways. And there's a million people that don't know automotive anatomy yet, and they love Hondas. They're Honda enthusiasts. They watch Honda videos on YouTube. They have no idea who I am, or what the channel is, or what the channel is all about. And then you have to remember that. You have to remember the fact that we all have different beginnings. And so for me to be able to get 100 views in about a span of a week was a huge accomplishment. Now, not that I am better than anybody else, but I know a few of my buddies that have started their YouTube channels, very, very recently, and they get 300 views in one video in about 5 hours, and they're still like, "Oh man, I wish I could get those 1,000 views." In the back of my head, I'm thinking like, "Damn, you know how long it would have taken me to get 300 views? Like that would have taken me a long time when I first started." And I don't care how they see their videos. I don't care how they choose to put the value of their channel. I really don't care. I care about what I'm doing. I care about the way I remind myself that 300 people are a shit ton of people. There's a lot of people. Like I can't even wrap my head around it. And the fact that some videos are getting 50,000, 100,000, that just, I guess, is cool to brag about, right? But honestly, like for me, the biggest benefit out of that was meeting the owners one on one, and that's something that you guys will never get to see on the camera. And so that to me is the biggest achievement that I have had, getting to know different people, walks of life, and learn about their challenges, their struggles, their success, their goals, and morals and things of that nature. And I'm not always going to agree with people, but I come from a point of view that I have to be very open minded. That's just my personality. I want to learn about everybody, even if I know for a fact that it doesn't align with my own values. Even if I disagree with you, um, that's the whole point. The whole point is for us to understand each other. And get to know each other, and that's the reason why I started a YouTube channel. Lack of friendships, especially in the automotive world. Now I'm getting, suggestions to what pizza place I should go in LA, or from different things, or from Italy. When we go to Italy, for my friend Pedro El Panadero, and that's one of the guys we interview. And I happened to go to the Origins, meet with him, and it was thanks to him. He's like, "Hey, you want to come with me?" I was like, "Sure, let's go." um, the point is, I've been meeting so many amazing people. That to me is what really brings success. And honestly, I truly mean that. I don't ever want to say that I don't care about the numbers, because I do, but they're not my main priority. They're not my main goal. And the reason why I also think that it's important for all of you to understand that that's the conversation that I'm having with myself, is because that allows me to continue. That allows me to continue interviewing some of you guys, and eventually one of you guys. If I focus on the numbers, man, it can be, as motivating as it can be devastating. If a video doesn't do as well as I thought, well, what happened here? And by that, you compare with other cars of similar. Accords do this, Civics do this. Um, Also, if I'm caring about the numbers, dude, I'm not gonna go get an interview at 240 because the 240 doesn't make anything for me, right? And we're in a Honda channel mostly, or that's the idea of people. And no, I mean, for me, it's what car do I like, and I want to hear the story about it. That's the way I've gone about it, and that to me is success. I always tell people, and maybe they don't believe me, but that's fine. I don't really focus about money, man. I don't make tons of money, but I do make more than minimum wage. But I'm still trying to live within my means. Like I don't. And again, if you are that type of person that your main priority is goals of it's money, go for it, pursue it. Make sure that you take care of yourself and make sure that it really, you're putting the attention of happiness in the right places. Because just like money and subscribers, you get to a point that it's like, where do I go from here? And that's where those thoughts of isolation, depression, negative ideas come into place. And the funny thing is that you are more excited about those first 100 subscribers and 1,000 subscribers than the 2,000, than the 3,000, than the 5,000. And and then it just becomes a game of like, well, okay, well, how many more, what is the next stepping stone or goal that I want to reach, so I can say, oh my gosh, awesome, and then die that down. It's almost like buying things. You buy things, you get the high, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now what? Now you're gonna go buy something else. And that's my whole mentality. I'm always constantly pushing myself to tell myself, relax on the spending, enjoy more of the easier things. I mean, you guys think that I mean, I would think that there's people out there that think that, oh, because the YouTube channel is growing, that's why he's doing all these things to his car, the Accord. No, I could have done it a long time ago, but I chose not to. And the reason why is it's just not my priority. I love Jackie. I love my little freaking beater. But at the end of the day, it's a car. It's a car that um, has been with me for a long time, and I wanted to continue to stay, hopefully for the rest of my life. But at the end of the day, it's a material thing that doesn't really matter as much as friendships and family. And so, Ugo, to answer your question or your comment, I really appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you stepping in just to a live session, even if it's just for for 2 seconds, even if it's just, you only like civics, you don't like a course, and you're never gonna tune into that course. No problem. I appreciate you chiming in, hopefully getting um, some motivation out of it. Because again, what I'm getting out of it, it's honestly the joy to be able to speak with people that I like their cars. And then once you quickly, once you start doing this so long, you go, you love the car, but then you really just want to focus on the person and what that's like. And so I hope that the people that I've interviewed, I hope they walk away with that sense of like, oh, this dude was legit interested in me as well, not just a car or a video, and then he walked away, and that was that, right? That never spoke to me again. um, that I hope that's never the message that I come across. And that's the reason, going back to the subscriber count, that's why it doesn't grow as fast. Some of you guys will be like, whoa, man, like, 20,000 subscribers is a lot. It is. Trust me, it is. But at the same time, when now we compare with 500, then it's not, right? And so how do you get to 500? Well, you put in a lot of effort. You put a lot of dedication. And so there's times that I do put a lot of dedication. I'm really late up at night. Like today, I'll go ahead and spend about an hour or so responding to your comments. I am missing a lot more than I used to. I used to be able to respond to everybody. Now I'm like, damn, like there's so many, and it's a good thing, right? But at the same time, um, I I'm still trying to take the time to respond to you guys. And it's not like, oh, thanks, or thumbs up or just like I try to legitimate ask questions and to address whatever comment you mentioned, really address it, so that way you understand that I am very, very thankful for it. But if you choose to, leave a negative comment every single time you watch a video, I'm the first one to tell you, hey man, I would appreciate you unsubscribe and you go and spend your time doing things that really bring value to your life, instead of watching something that you're gonna get triggered by, or just because that's just your personality and that's how you want to spend your time, which is to go and talk negative, or just be unhappy or to start problems or drama. That's just that's my opinion, you know. Just like they have their opinion, but I don't want that to be something that is normalized or expected when they watch my videos. We also have to remember that these builders are putting themselves in very vulnerable situations where people of the internet are very picky and very observant and opinionated. And what's concerning is that sometimes those people are the most opinionated on a comment. Their builds don't look nothing compared to the people that we just interview. Not to say that if your car looks beautiful, now you have the right to belittle or to, you know, be rude to anybody else. But sometimes it's just ironic that really that person is the one that's going to be making those comments when their car is nothing near. But it's easy to hide behind a keyboard. And so the videos are doing what they're doing. I'd really, you know, I get people to send me back, bro, the video that you did on my car, it has X amount of views, and then I'll go and check, but oh wow, that's cool. But I'm going based on just commenting. I put a little filter on comments I haven't responded yet, and that's how I go about. I get to see which videos are the ones that people are watching and commenting, and so I respond to that specific comment. I'm not too caught up on the views. I was very caught up in the views at the beginning of the channel, but I think that was just because it was new, it was exciting, like, oh my gosh, look, I'm growing, you know. And then it got to the point where I was like, I am not super appreciative of the people that have subscribed, as to when I was, you know, at 100. You know, I would love to know who was like the first top 10 subscribers, you know. Somebody who saw the video was like, hmm, okay, this shit has potential, and I'm just gonna subscribe, you know. But ultimately I appreciate everybody, and as the channel grows, I don't want to lose that generic um home feel. I don't want it to be generic. I don't want it to be, you know, just another channel that you don't know people in the comment section type of thing. I don't know if that makes sense. I know a lot of you guys are always having conversations here and there, and I like that. Hopefully, we're having, you know, we're being respectful towards others, but I like that. I like seeing the same um, people comment on the videos, because if you guys are anything like me, I actually like small channels, and once they start growing, I don't like them anymore. I have no idea what it is all about. It's weird. Maybe like I like having that feeling of like, oh, I know this channel. The person, you know, is it's intimate, it's small, and you know, I like that. And then once they start blowing up, I kind of step away and like, not necessarily that they're sellouts, but it's just I lose that vibe, and it's so weird. I don't know what it is. But you know, like Samuel, the guy that always comments, he used to comment first for a long time before that was my brother. My brother was always the first one to comment, you know, something positive about the builder and the car, like the video, and then all of a sudden, um, this guy right here, which changed his name to Rosa Melano, that's a slang. It's Spanish. His actual name is Samuel. This guy would always post, you know, first. And I don't know if he's watching the videos, but I know that he's like, oh, he uploaded. I'm just be the first one, and that never will never go, you know, unappreciated. I definitely do appreciate the people that tune in. And if you just started tuning in last week, last year, welcome. Like we got the same love for everybody. The idea is to be respectful. The idea is to be motivating. The idea is that when you see me at the parking lot of a car meet, I am the same person that you thought I was based on these videos. And I really hope that that is the message that I am sending. It's all make believe, man. Social media is super make believe, and yes, there's people making tons and tons and tons of money out of this social media platform, artists, celebrities, and for whatever reason, our society has put them in a pedestal. But that's not how I wanna ever be treated. That's not what I wanna be shown. In fact, I'm the opposite. I've told my wife this all the time. I wanna be that guy that has $1 million in the bank and drive a beat up freaking Honda. Like that's me. And you know, that's just my personality. I want to pull up to a red light and have these youngsters look at me like, damn, this was broke. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm pretty broke. and that's okay, and if, again, if you want to be that youngster with a nice car, then that's okay too. Just make sure that you're happy and that actually provides some meaningful things into your life, because I'm not that old, but some of you guys are older, some of you guys are younger than I am, but ultimately you guys know that money only gets you so far. Shit, drugs only get you so far. Certain experiences only get you so far. Cars only get you so far. And if you don't have your health, if you don't have meaningful relationships with people or with yourself, I really don't think nothing else matters. Then you become numb to anything that really comes your way, that should be enhancing your life, but it's not, right? So yeah, and so like I said, Frankie tuning in, that's I don't know how to pronounce that. On Cox 87. This is my buddy Frankie. Like, I know these guys since shit, man. Can't remember. I think he was in high school. Yeah. I think since high school, or maybe earlier than that. He's older than I am, so we play basketball. He taught me how to play basketball too. So we definitely, he would pick me up at from my house, and he would take me to the park, and we would play basketball Tuesdays and Thursdays with a local park, and then drop me off. And I did that my senior year, and so very, very thankful. And so we started playing flag football, and I, obviously, due to COVID, um, we um, we had to stop, but hopefully we can pick it up again. Bro, did you see your pick on Tacoma World Threat? No, somebody commented about it. I think it was you. Um, yeah, I don't care, man. I need to change my license plate though, because I have had a couple people that get triggered by it, and I didn't do it for them. I did it just because the car was slammed before, like really, really slammed, and I don't know. I guess I panicked, and I just got that one because the other ones that I wanted weren't available. But I'll see. I'll see if you guys can come up with ideas on what new plates I should get. I'll get new plates, and then we'll see from there. And then regarding the new wheels, nah, man, I'm sticking with the Evo, the Riga Evos on Jackie, and then I have one pair of M7s that I was thinking of putting them on the daily, but we'll see. That's up to debate. I know I'm gonna lower her soon and roll on the stock wheels for a little bit, but for now, we'll see. The lowrider culture. Did you bring me back a toy? For those that may not know, this is my brother. He has a YouTube channel called the Lowrider Culture. He's been slacking, to say the least, but he's getting close to 1,000 subscribers. So that should be pretty exciting, for him to be able to see that he grew something out of zero, in essence, and that's pretty cool. And I think I legitimately enjoy the stories. I've gone back and watched a few interviews that he's done with different cars, and not necessarily I would want to own, but I just love their personality. I was like, oh, that's cool. That person has this love for it. Especially the two brothers with the Chevys. Those guys were hilarious, man. So, but I would never want a Chevy Bel Air, or anything close to that. I would want a '63 Impala. Um, but I think it was pretty fun. So hopefully he gets back into it. No, I did not bring you a toy. You don't deserve a toy. Ricardo Rodriguez, have you thought of a virtual interview for people you can't reach across the states? I know the experience is not the same, so I understand. That's a good idea, man. Thank you for bringing that up. I have thought about it. I thought about more like a podcast type of thing, right? Um, I've had so many different suggestions. Some people tell me like, "Hey, how come they don't? They should do a walk around type of thing, and then you should post it." Um, the interview type of things, which is podcast type of style. I would love to do that. Actually, if you guys don't, re- uh, if you guys remember, for the live session, I really wanted to have you guys on, like the comment, like instead of asking that question right now via writing on the chat, I would have want you to come in live with me and say, hey, have you thought about the interview? And then we would have had a back and forth. That's honestly the number one goal. It still is, but due to the fact that um, coordinating with different people, like if I want to have like a guest, it's difficult, just to find a time. It's so much easier to just jump live session and then like this, answer your question right away. But I would want to have a little bit more time to just um, just to really get to know you, or like the next question, Ricardo, would have been like, well, what do you drive, and so then get an idea of that. Which is just what Ricardo just said. Yeah, man. I mean, um it's cool. It's a cool idea. I would want to develop it. I would want to, if you guys have ideas on how you guys think it would be a way of um, producing something, I don't want to miss things. And so what I mean is, like, even you guys have CB, even when I interview people, there's always sometimes I forget to ask them about the exhaust, and it's like, shoot. So I don't want to have that. I don't want to have, me missing a lot of different key elements, and then kind of like, losing that. Um, I guess the only thing I can think of is if somebody jumps live session with me here, and then they're in their garage and kind of, facing the phone or the other device towards them, then maybe we can do this live interviews, and you guys can hop in. I don't know, maybe that would be a pretty cool thing, and then you guys can ask questions. um, but going back to that, it's very difficult to coordinate with somebody. The one time I tried doing something similar like that was with Mims. Honda is a gentleman from the UK, and oh no, the audio wasn't working on my computer, and I was like, dang it. So then we jumped into IG Live, and that's how we did his interview. But I like the idea. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna see if I can partner up with somebody, and maybe we'll do it through this live session, and then we're just gonna have them jump in and just kind of go in and start talking. I think that'd be pretty cool idea. So thank you, Frankie. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you, everybody who suggested that. That's actually a pretty good idea. Now that I think about it and say it out loud, I'll try it. And it's not gonna be the same because part of the thing that you guys like is the visual. While they're talking about how they started, we're watching rollers, and that's really, like, to me, that's what I like. That's why I do it that way. So it won't be the same, and then the audio might not be the same. There might be wind, or he gets cut off, or whatever the case may be. And another thing is, being live and showcasing your car on one take, it's different than when I interview you. Every interview you guys see is like, oh, he got things right, but or he remember every little aspect from his engine bay. But what you guys don't see is the fact that they're like, oh crap, can we redo that again? Like, yeah, no problem. So then we redo that whole entire section. Or very few people have bloopers like that I'm like, I feel comfortable showing, so then I'll be like, here, we'll show it. But then there's a lot that's like, oh crap, can you please not show that? Like, can we redo this? I'm like, yeah, no problem, man. And so that would be different if there's somebody out there who's good at public speaking and good at getting things right from the beginning. Then yeah, I'll be down to do some type of live interview with the car. Obviously, it would be a challenge, but I would definitely be up for it. The deaf guy, EG9. Question: do you have any deaf friends or know anyone that are deaf into the Honda scenes? Nah, man. Actually, you're the first one that brought it up to my attention. I don't know anybody, and that's one of the things I never think about. Like, any person who needs additional thing. Um, I know some people do, like, what do you call 'em, captions, but man, it's time consuming to do captions. Is very difficult, and but I think it's important, like you mentioned, that you bring awareness into anything, not just the Honda scene, but anything in life, and explain that there's definitely some challenges um, that arrive when you have something going on in your life, whether it's deaf or lack of speech, or colorblind, whatever the case may be. But no, man, I don't. You're actually the first one that brought it up to my attention, man. But thank you for joining, man. I really appreciate it. I'm leaving Corpus and bored riding shotgun, riding shotgun. That's funny. Try safe, dude. Now that you guys clear up, now you guys don't have any more ice. You guys are golden once again, huh? So yeah, man. Be safe. Long day at work. Yep, long day at work. Joe, got a lot of comments at the meet about how they saw the car on your channel. Just want to thank you for putting the CRX out there and getting it to know. Now, man, I want to thank you for driving from where you live to downtown LA, man. It's quite a bit of a drive, especially for you, that you could be doing 1,001 things on a morning, like the fact that you took the time to go and and to just showcase your car. Like I said, you put yourself in a very vulnerable situation. Your car is mint. I absolutely love it. It was nice meeting Hector. So it was like, that's exactly what I told you, and I told Hector, um when I was riding shotgun and doing the rollers with you, I said it's so surreal that I'm on a right hand drive CRX through, you know, Chinatown doing rollers of another Mugen CRX. I don't take that for granted. I just it's surreal, man. It's not something that I'm like, it's just a regular Saturday and Sunday morning. And I think a lot of people that get to a level where that becomes the norm, they take it for granted. They're like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I'm not like that, man. I definitely do appreciate the fact that you guys take the time to showcase it. Very humble that you guys uh, allow me to showcase it, because I know that there's 101 different other platforms that you could be showcasing your car and get more views and get more recognition, and just get a bigger platform to showcase it. But I really appreciate that you guys take the time to show it with us. And I just welcome you to a little community of a whole bunch of BS talkers and that love old cars, man. For the most part, we've been showcasing old cars, and so that's pretty much um, what we're all about here. And I do thank you that you are now part of one of the people that were brave enough to showcase your car and share your story. Because honestly, um, I'm not so interested in how rare your from bumper is, as opposed to the fact that you've kept it for 19 years. Like that to me that's the real kicker. That's the whoa. Like who gets to keep a car for 19 years and under what circumstances? And there's a lot of challenges that go through in those. Shit, we go through challenges in 6 months. I can't imagine 19 years yet that car still stay with you, and hope that it stays with you. And if one day you have to part out, well, let you have to part out. But for the most part, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I've had my car for now 11 years. And to tell you that when I bought the car, I imagined it was going to be 11 years later and looking like that. No, no, there was no way, man. I don't know. I don't know what I was going to do. It was my first car. And so as I got to know it more, a lot of people kept saying, man, I regret selling my first car. And it became the point where I was like, I don't want to get to that point, so I'm going to keep it. And after it got hit, it got salvage title. I did think about getting rid of it for about a minute. And I was like, nope, nope, I can't. I don't know why. And so, I can only imagine you've been at it for 19 years. You've been in accidents. You rebuild it to your spec. And so, no, man, we thank you, Joe. And I hope that you continue to build it, because honestly you're really providing a lot of motivation to a lot of people. That's really what matters. Ricardo Rodriguez, my next project is the lower Honda Pilot. That's dope, man. That's cool, because honestly that's a different platform that a lot of people don't do, and if they do, they have been going on the off-road world. Everybody's jumping into the CRV wagon. And just as I said that, then I read your next comment. Currently on a CRV wagon, yeah, RD1. Yeah, man. So, but they're great, man. They're great. I mean, they look good when you race them. They look good when you stand some. So, I can't, I no hate on my end. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool if you go with the Honda Pilot now that you have the CRV. There's so much you can do to them. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think about it. I think we're supposed to interview somebody with the CRV coming soon. I think next week or something. Um, like I said, guys, I've been super, super busy with just different things. Sometimes I just sit there and just play video games with some of you guys, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I gotta do this, gotta do that, and nothing gets done. But it's been all good, so it's not nothing too bad. Are you Gus Gus on Honda Society? That is correct. Yes, I am. HondaSociety.com, man. Accords rule the world, and Cycle Car. Yeah, man. That's me. That's little Jackie. I mean, you have been able to see the progression of the last 11 years with this junk of a car, and I'm just extremely I don't know. I'm just extremely happy with what I have and that I've earned it. And again, nah, no plans of moving up in the world and buying a Lexus, and everything like that, and then bashing on Hondas. Most importantly, nah, none of that. All right, we're gonna finish with the last two. Hugo Vega, break is up, bro. Big fan of you're going to blow up. Interview everything. Don't settle. You're going to blow up. I already blew up, man. I already blew up. Like I said, we have way more than enough. We don't really need much more. I actually wanna. I wish the comment section would stay the same, because then I can build that relationship with you guys via comments, like I have with some of you guys, like Rob from Canada. just this guy, old school, and just so many different people, man, that I've been responding now for 2 years now, back and forth, and it's dope, man. It's extremely humbling that I get to do this because not a lot of people, get the opportunity to interview amazing dudes with amazing builds and build a relationship out of it. So yeah. So on that note, we'll leave it on the most important note, which is save the four lug, man. All you whack ass dudes that go to the five lug because big brakes, more wheel choices. Nah. Save the four lugs, man. Come on. That is it for today. Thank you so much. As always, we go for the car, we save for the person. 240 coming up, and then we have three cars. We have Jackie back, we have Rosie, and my wife's Accord, and they're all freaking dirty. So that should be in the plans of doing some wash and talks, and then we'll see. But thank you for the idea for the live sessions, and then I really appreciate you guys, all of you. All right.